DBMS. By adding new features, it will become as RDBMS. By adding some more new features, it will be, what all are these first of all?
Databases.
If these are databases, then what is about Oracle DB2 Teradata? Right?
Yeah.
Those are databases. Those are database products like Oracle SQL Server, Teradata, Netezza. Those are database products. These are the methodologies or strategies to store the data in a database. If you want to put some data in a database, either you can go for DBMS or RDBMS or ORDBMS. These are strategies or methodologies to store the data in a database. You can implement these methodologies on top of any database like DB2, Teradata, Oracle, even in MySQL. You can apply all these in any of the databases. These are strategies to store the data. Okay. In the same way, we have another thing, that is data warehouse. Data warehouse, it is also nothing but a strategy to store the data in a database. You can implement data warehouse in any of the databases like SQL Server, DB2. Okay. All these methodologies follows a similar way to store the data, whereas this data warehouse, it follows a somewhat different way to store the data in the database. Then how it differs? Let me explain. See, for example, in our database, I have a table, employee table. It is having a record employee number 101 and his name A. Assume he is working for US branch, US region, and I'm paying 10,000 salary for him. Assume this is a record in our employee database. After some time, some years, shifted him into our UK region and salary increased by 5,000. Then what is the SQL statement we are going to issue here, or how this record is going to change? Anusha?
We're going to update the location and his salary.
Exactly. Like this, we update the record, right?
Yeah.
Updation like this. This is there in these methodologies.
Yes.
Whereas in data warehouse, no, don't update anything. Keep the old record as it is and insert a new record with the updated information. On that one, and his name A, and now he's working for the UK, salary increased by 5,000. Okay, after some time, shifted into our Australia branch. Don't update, insert one more record. A, and now he is working for Australia and salary 20,000. And then shifted him into our India branch. He is working for India now, salary increased by 5,000, 25,000. Like this, don't update or don't delete any records in the database. Keep on insert with the updated information. Orally, what I am doing here, that is, I am maintaining the history of this employee. What is the use if I maintain the history like this? See, if I want to do analysis like how much I am spending more on his salary. Now I can say initially paid 10,000, now paying 25,000 means I can say I am spending 15,000 more on his salary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as you told, if I update the records, at the last, this is only the record which is going to be there in our database. So if I want to do analysis, no, not possible. So the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining a history like this for analysis. Analysis is main need for data warehouse. Okay, if an analysis is not required, then there is no need to construct data warehouse, no need to maintain data warehouse. Orally, the thing is the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. Of course, I'm not going to dig in more details here, Srikanth. You may ask like, what is the primary key here? No, we'll discuss all those things later. This is just briefing. Okay. Okay, now let us see what is the architecture of data warehouse broadly. Architecture of data warehouse. Take any company, say for example Johnson & Johnson. Assume they are using heterogeneous databases like this. For R&D, they are using Oracle. For sales department, they are using MS SQL Server. For public relations, they are using MySQL. Assume like this. For their individual departmental needs, they are using heterogeneous databases. Why? Why can't they use the same database for their all departmental needs, total company needs? They can use a single database, right? But why they are using heterogeneous? Why? That is, it depends on their requirements and the licensing cost. Okay. In this R&D department, by spending crores of dollars, the result of the R&D is there in this department. It is not supposed to be leaked. High security. They need to maintain high security here. But because if the result of the R&D, if it got leaked, by changing small things, the competitors also can produce the similar kind of products, right? So they need to maintain high security here. Okay. They are maintaining not only failed R&D, I mean not only successful R&Ds, they are maintaining the failed R&Ds also in the database. Why? Because those are learned lessons, right? So they are maintaining the failed R&D information also here. So bulk data support should be there. Orally, this department need is maintaining high security and bulk data support when compared to other products. Oracle can give you the type of environment in a better manner. That is why they are using Oracle here, even though that is costly. For sales, the security issue is somewhat less and the data volume is also somewhat less. Here, MS SQL Server, this is enough for them. They're much cheaper than Oracle. And for public relations, they are using MySQL. What this department contains, just like as a customer information, distributor addresses, kind of a generic kind of information. Not that much high security needed here, and data volume is also less. That's why they are using MySQL open source. No need to pay any money for this usage of MySQL. Like this, depending on their requirements and licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. Here also, if they want to use Oracle for public relations, yes, definitely they can use. No one restrict them. But not that much requirement is there. Then why unnecessarily pay money to Oracle? Getting me? Anusha and Srikanth, don't hesitate to raise questions and give me the reply. If you any questions, don't hesitate to raise them. Okay. So individually, these databases, these are called as operational data sources. Operational data sources. All of them together, this is a operational source system. This total thing is a source for the data warehouse. Now, extract the data from the source system and put that into a temporary database called a staging database and apply transformations on top of that. Transformations, the count of the transformations are different from product to product what we are using, like cleansing, scrubbing, tuning, lookup, aggregator, filter, like the different many transformations are there. First of all, what is a transformation? Okay, see, in this bank account number 101, on a particular day, say January 1st, 2015. In this bank account, opening balance is this much. On the same day itself, multiple transactions are there like this. Okay, many transactions on the same day in the account number 101. This is the information what I have in the source system. And I pull this information and place this in my staging database, temporary database. Okay. Now, we know the data warehouse is for analysis. Main concept of data warehouse is analysis. So, as a bank manager, for my analysis, I did not want to have all these records. For my analysis, I want to have total deposits and total withdrawals. This is my analysis need. If I want to get total deposits and total withdrawals, here we need to perform some calculations like summation of all deposits and summation of all withdrawals, right? That process, that type of process is called as transformations. This is very basic example for transformation. Orally, what a transformation is, getting the required information for analysis from the existing information. Okay? Clear?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now after applying transformations, load the data into data warehouse. How we are maintaining the data here? See, January 1st, account number 101, total deposits how much, total withdraw how much. That's it. That is a record inserted into data warehouse. That's it. Don't update it or don't delete it. For January 2nd, insert one more record. January 2nd, account number 101, Total deposits, how much total withdrawal, January 3rd, 4th, keep an insert. Don't update anything. So, by using this ETL process, extraction, transformations, load, this process called as ETL process. For ETL, we have different tools are there in the market, like Informatica, Data Stage, Data Manager, of course many other tools also there. Orally, by using the ETL tools, we are doing the process like extraction and apply transformations, load the data into data warehouse. Okay, as we discussed, we are maintaining the history in the data warehouse. Assume I am maintaining 5 years history in my data warehouse. Why? Why we are maintaining history here?
For analyzing.
For analysis. Yes, exactly. Okay. One day, a sales manager asked me, like, I want to see how my sales performance is there. How much revenue they generated in this year, in this month, otherwise in the last month. I want to see the difference, whether their performance is increasing or not. So he asked us to provide that information. If I say, Boss, the history is there in the data warehouse, already loaded, the tons of data is there in the data warehouse, I am granting you access on the data warehouse, write your own SQL, bring your information, whatever you want. If I say like that, then what happens? He is the sales user. He don't know how to write SQL, he don't know how to get the required information from the database. Then he cannot do anything technically. But if you ask like consumer trends, company policies, government policy, gross profit, net profit, if you talk like that, he can explain you on fingertips. But because that is his area. But writing SQL and everything, he doesn't know how to do that. So can I say the data loaded into data warehouse that is useless? Obviously, not usable by user. So useless only, right?
Yes.
Instead of doing like that, if I prepare some charts or some graphs or some pivot tables kind of thing showing these are the top 5 revenue generated employees in Asia Pacific region, or these are the least 5 products which are not at all moving in Europe, like that. If I prepare some charts kind of thing or some pivot, some arranged format, then by seeing the report itself, he can understand what is going there in their business, right? And he can do the actions accordingly. For that, in the data warehouse, we have one more area, that is reporting area. From reporting, we are not going to do anything in the data warehouse. The data already loaded by the ETL process into the data warehouse, data already there. Based on the information, based on the data, whatever there in the data warehouse, based on that, we are going to create reports in this reporting area. For reporting also, we have many tools are there. At least I can say dozen of tools are there. Cognos, actually we need to call it as Cognos BI, Business Intelligence, and Business Objects, ClickView, Pentaho, SSRS, like that. Many tools are there in the market. Some of them are open sources and some of them are commercials, like that. Anyhow, in this total reporting area, this Cognos BI, I can say it is having at least 30 to 35% market share in this BI area. That much widely used this tool, this Cognos BI is. And IBM sold 32,000 licenses so far on this Cognos BI, and it is having a wider market in the BI area. Okay, any questions here?
No, actually, I'm clear about that.
Okay, and we are going to learn in this Cognos BI only throughout the sessions. Orally, in the data warehouse, 2 parts are there. The thing is ETL, extraction, transformations, loading. By using this ETL process, we are loading the data into data warehouse, and by using the reporting tools, we are going to fetch the data which is there in the data warehouse, and then we are going to prepare reports based on the data. That is reporting area, and that is Cognos BI. This is one of the reporting tools, and we are going to learn this tool. Okay, before going into Cognos BI, here we need to discuss something like this source system. This is called as OLTP, and the target system, I mean data warehouse, it is called as OLAP, online transactional processing, online analytical processing. Then how these two differs? What is OLTP and what is OLAP? Okay, OLTP, this is the name itself says transactional processing. Each and every transaction will be recorded here. Say for example, if you go to bank, if you deposit something, if you withdraw something, or if you do online transactions, ATM transactions, or POS transactions, whatever it may be, everything will be recorded here in the OLTP system itself. Then what OLAP contains? It contains the information which is useful for analysis. See, this is the information what I have in my OLTP, and this by aggregating the information, I am getting the required information which is useful for my analysis. I am maintaining this information only in the OLAP system, right? In OLAP, I am not maintaining all the records. I am maintaining the consolidated data or aggregated data, I can say. How we are getting that information? How we are from OLTP itself. This is not a new one. From where is this? From the OLTP itself, this is the information what we have in the transactional processing, and by doing some aggregations kind of thing, we are getting the required information for analysis, and we are maintaining this information in OLAP. We are not maintaining all the records here, which is useful for information for our analysis. That is the thing we are maintaining here in the data warehouse. OLTP, mainly this is to run the business. OLAP, this is meant for analysis on the running business, how it is performing. To do that, that is OLAP. Okay, OLTP, number of hits for this server is very, very high. As we have taken the example bank, think about just our State Bank of India or Bank of America. How many customers will be there and how many transactions they perform. All those things needs to be recorded in this server itself, OLTP. So, number of hits for this server is very, very high. So, the database server should work as fast as possible. That is why here, these OLTP systems, these are normalized systems. Don't confuse. What is normalization?
Increases the process of the server, I think so.
Okay, right? Anyhow, as per the definition of normalization, normalization is a process which increases the database server performance by reducing the redundancy, right? By reducing the redundancy. So, this database server should work as fast as possible, as the number of hits are too high. So, this is this is normalized. Whereas OLAP, this is denormalized. Why? Because if you apply normalization, as we are saying, it won't allow the redundancy. Without having the redundancy, it is not possible to maintain a history. That is why OLAP, these are denormalized. Okay, and what is about the performance then? I am saying this is denormalized. Then what is about the performance? Performance goes down. But number of users for this server is very, very less. Very, very less. See, as a bank manager, I am only the user who is going to use this OLAP system. I mean, I am only the user who is going to use this data warehouse. I need to do analysis like on my bank, like so-and-so housing loans. No, not that much profitable at anchorage. So car loans, yeah, these are profitable anchorage. Like that, I am only the user who do analysis on my bank. I am not going to allow my customers to do analysis on my bank, right? Okay, I am only the user for the system, or my superiors like general managers, regional managers. Anyhow, number of users are very, very less for this OLAP. So processing, that is not a big deal here. Okay, OLTP, it follows relational model. OLAP, it follows multi-dimensional model. Why multi-dimensional model here? From past 40-50 years, we are using relational model. Is there any known bugs with the relational model? No, it is very robust. Then why we are using multi-dimensional model here? Again, the thing is, this is not like some problem is there in the relational model. That is why we are using multi-dimensional model here. No, not like that. to get some additional advantages, like see, even in the denormal form, to get the performance, better performance, we use this multi-dimensional model. Of course, some other things also there, but this is not the right time to discuss about relational model versus multi-dimensional model. Anyhow, in our tool itself, we are going to prepare a multi-dimensional model. At the time, I'll explain you what exactly the difference between relational and multi-dimensional model. Okay, any questions here so far?
No, Jay, clear. It's clear.
Okay, now let us talk about this Cognos BI. Okay, this Cognos, if I say Cognos, people says like this is a data warehousing tool, right? Cognos, this is not only a data warehouse tool. Basically, this is a reporting tool. We are going to prepare reports by using this Cognos BI. You can get data from data warehouse, or you can get data from the source system itself. To prepare some reports, we need to have some source data. If you get from here, you can get history. If you get from here, you cannot, you may not able to get the history, whatever it may be. We need to prepare some. We need to prepare some sort of reports. So we need to have some source data. You can get that from data warehouse. You can get that from transactional system, or you can get that data from Excel sheets, flat files, whatnot. The data is there. We can access the data by using the Cognos, and we can prepare reports based on that. Okay, orally this Cognos BI, this is basically a data warehousing application. Clear? Any questions? Sorry, basically this is a reporting application, not only a data warehouse. This is a reporting application. Any questions here?
No, Jay.
Okay, and now let us see about the Cognos tool. The same tool, in some perspective we call this as querying tool, and in another way we call this as reporting tool, and sometimes we say the same tool as business intelligence tool, and we say this as a decision support system. These many different names for the same tool. In some aspect I call this as querying, and in another way I call this as reporting and business intelligence and decision support systems. Why? Let us see one by one. Querying tool. Here, being a tool, Cognos prepares queries automatically. No need to write any select star from. No, not required. The tool is capable to produce, capable enough to produce the SQL. The tool, it can prepare queries automatically. Okay. In worst cases, worst scenario, the query prepared by Cognos is not meeting my expectation. Assume. Then, if I want to edit the SQL generated by the tool, yes, we can edit the SQL. And one more thing, I did not want to allow Cognos to write SQL. I can write myself. Yes, you can write yourself. Freestyle reporting. Three things. The tool produces queries automatically. If you want to edit the SQL generated by Cognos, you can edit it. Or if you want to write yourself, yes, you can write. That is why we are calling this as a querying tool. Okay. I think you know Oracle sample tables employee and department, right? Anusha, Srikanth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Assume employee table is there in Oracle, department table is there in DB2. Can you write a SQL by joining those two?
No.
No, not possible. But in Cognos we can write. How to fire the query? Cognos will take care about that. We can join heterogeneous databases into same query. We can do that by using the tool. Okay. And now the next thing is reporting tool. By using Cognos, we're going to produce some sort of reports. Now I'm going to present you what is a report and how it will be useful for your business. Like the Srikanth, of course, already you know, you are well aware about all this, but for Anusha, okay, let me take my Excel. Just I am showing the what is a report and how it will be useful for business. How to create this report, that we will learn in the tool. What is the use of the report I am explaining here. Okay, Say for example, a sales manager is there, as I told, here is asking us to prepare a report to display their staff and how much revenue generated by them in last month and previous month. He wants to see whether their performance is increasing or not. So I am preparing a report. Revenue generated in June and revenue in May and difference. Staff A, assume he sold 2 lakh worth of goods in June. Otherwise, let me reverse it. I am taking May here, and oh, okay. In May month he sold 2 lakh worth of goods. In June month he sold 2 lakh 20,000 worth of goods. So his performance increased by 20,000. Okay, one more employee B, assume he also sold 2 lakh worth of goods only in May, and here he sold 1 lakh 80,000 worth only in June, and his performance degraded by 20,000. And take one more employee C, assume 2 lakhs only here, 2 lakhs here, and here 2 lakh 50,000. His performance increased by 50,000. Creating this type of reports is a Cognos developer task. Okay, the report development done, then our task is also done. Submit the report to the manager who requested you. Now the manager is doing analysis on this. Staff A, his performance increased by 20,000. Okay, well and good. Staff B, his performance degrading. What to do with him? Motivate him, provide some training for him, otherwise terminate him. Like that, the managers, they are taking their own decisions based on this type of reports. Staff C, his performance increased by 50,000. He is the topper among all his employees, so give him some cash incentive. A, his performance increased but not that much great, so just send him an appreciation mail. Don't give him any cash incentive. Like that, the managers, they are taking their own decisions depending on this type of reports. Anusha, Srikanth, are you following me?
Yes, Ajay.
Yes, Ajay.
Now, the manager then needs to focus more on the negative performed employees. Why? Because of these candidates, we are losing our business, and this is advantage to competitors. Okay, let me give some rough example here. Assume we are working for Colgate company, and this B, what his responsibility is, he needs to distribute our Colgate paste to all the outlets in a particular geographical area. Okay, he is not performing well, so his performance is degrading. Okay, we have a customer who is using our Colgate paste from past 10-15 years. Why he is continuing with us for that much long time? He likes some quality or some taste, some flavor in our paste. That is why he is continuing with us. Okay, one day the customer paste completed out. He went to buy the Colgate paste for a particular outlet. In that outlet, because of this B, he is not distributing properly. So in that outlet, our Colgate paste not available. But using paste, there is a daily need. So because of non-availability of our Colgate paste, the customer bought some other paste like Pepsodent. He started using that. He may like something there. If he likes something there, he never come back to our Colgate paste. He will continue with the Pepsodent only. All these things are happening because of this B only. This is advantage to competitors, and we are losing our business first of all. So the manager needs to focus more on the negative performed candidates. Not only these 3 records, assume we have some 500 or 1000 records like this. Among them, some second record or some 55 records, some 107 record are having negatives. The manager needs to check. Instead of doing like that, if I highlight these negative performed employees like this, by seeing the report itself, we can understand whose performance is degrading, and he can take actions accordingly. Right? Okay. let me give some other example here. See, in a company, a procurement manager is there. He wants to buy 100 systems for a project. Okay, this is not the first time. They already bought multiple times, and they're maintaining their vendors and their details in their database. Vendors and their details means what is it, their qualities means how they are charging, how about the service, and how fast they are able to deliver the systems like that. So he asked us to create a report. Now I am preparing a report like dealer. I am taking dealer X, dealer Y, and dealer Z, and I am taking their qualities like price and service, duration. Okay, and out of 5, here I am going to give ranks. Out of 5, 1 this is best, and 5 this is worst. And a report prepared like this: 1, 3, 5, and let us give everything average for Y. And 5, 3, 1. Okay, report prepared like this. Submit the report to the manager who requested you. Where is the table? Yeah, who requested you. Now the manager started doing analysis here. Dealer X price 1 means best, so he is giving competitive price, best price, and service average. Duration 5 means this is worst duration. It will take a 1 week kind of delay with him, 1 week 10 days kind of delay with him, not like months, years. 1 week 10 days. Okay, Y, here everything is average with him. With Z, price 5 means worst, means he is charging much, not like double triple. When compared to others, it is something high. Service average. Duration 1 means he can deliver the systems immediately, best duration. Okay, now what the manager situation is, he needs to start the project immediately. For that project, he wants to buy 100 systems. So, to which dealer he is going to place the order?
Obviously, he will go with Z.
With Z only, because he look for best duration.
Yes.
Price, of course, is not that much important now. He needs to start the project immediately, so he'll go for Z. Okay, one more situation. Till now the project is in discussion stage, not yet finalized, not yet confirmed. For that project he wants to buy 100 systems. Then
he might prefer X or Y.
He go for usually X, Y, because project not yet confirmed and not yet finalized. Duration 5 means this is not like months and years, as I told, 1 week 10 days. So he'll go for best price now.
Yes, X.
Like that, based on these reports, they need to take decisions. While taking the decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. Without following this type of reports, if they take decision, either they may lose time or they may lose money. Okay, see, for example, if he needs to start the project immediately without considering this report, if he places the order to X, then what happens? Of course, he may get best price, but project delayed. Okay, like that, before taking the decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. Without following these reports, if they take decisions, they may lose something, right?
Okay.
Okay, now by using the Cognos tool, we are preparing this type of reports. That is why we call this as reporting tool. Business intelligence tool, the managers, they are able to analyze what is going there in their business. This is one example for that. And decision support system, before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. That is why we call this tool as a decision support system. Clear? Any questions here?
No.
How to prepare these reports, that we will discuss in the tool. No worries. Just I am showing the output, what is a report and how it will be useful for business. In the tool, this is called as a list report. This is called as a crosstab. Okay, that is a Cognos terminology. Okay, now let us see the different versions. What are the versions available in Cognos? The first version, that is EP6. I am not sure whether is there any prior version to this or not, because this itself, it is almost a 12-15 years back version. And then there is the EP7. EP means that is enterprise, enterprise 6, enterprise 7, like the TP7, and then they came with Cognos ReportNet. Here different versions like 1.0, oh sorry, this is 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then they released a Cognos 8 series, Here Cognos 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4. Okay. Okay, and then they released Cognos 10 series. Here 10.1, 10.2. It is having subversions 2.1, 10.2.2. This is the latest version which is there in the market. Okay, this is the latest release, of course, a couple of months or 3 months back itself, a newly introduced version. Of course, from Cognos 8.4 onwards, all these are almost similar. Small things may vary. Okay, I started my career here in the EP7, and I worked on all these different versions. Okay, so while teaching a particular topic, this is introduced newly in 8.4. That is not there prior to 8.4. The topic is there. Okay, the particular topic that is not there in the old versions also, but the implementation strategy is different. Like that, I can give you the version comparisons between from here to here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then let us see the types of tools. What are the different tools are available in Cognos? Okay, broadly divided into two types: web-based applications and Windows-based applications. First of all, what is web-based and what is Windows-based, as per your understanding?
Web-based is everything we can get from online. I mean, we can work from anywhere.
Okay.
Windows means we have to work in the Windows.
Okay.
We should have some as like framework. We have to install or something.
Okay, I am taking my Windows Media Player here. And here, where can I see the different options? I can open a file from web stream, right? Where is this open? All these things are changed. Open URL option will be there in any of the media players usually, right?
Yeah.
Where can I see that? Shrikant, any idea?
Alt? F.
No, here in the media player itself. Yeah. Yep. Here, open URL. I can specify some URL here. Okay, assume I have given some URL here. The video is coming from the web and I'm watching the movie in my Windows Media Player. Now, which type of application this is?
Sorry, I can't get you. Can you repeat it?
See here, in this media player, which is used to watch movies, I specified some URL here.
Okay.
URL means the file is there at some server. I specified the URL here. The file is coming from the web and I'm watching the movie in the media player. Now, which type of application this media player is? Is it web or Windows?
It's web-based.
Shrikant, what do you say?
I'm sorry, can you hear? Something here.
Specified the URL here. The file is coming from the web and I am watching the movie in Windows Media Player. Now, which type of application this is? Or is this?
I mean, the difference between the web-based and Windows-based is if it's anything running on the software side, that should be called like Windows-based one. But you're accessing to a viewer, right? So there's no connection for that one.
So, web or Windows?
Just to play it's like a Windows-based one.
Windows based only.
Yes. But it is,
That is not the important whether the file is coming from web or from your local disk. That is not the important. The thing is this Windows Media Player, the software installed by us in our machine, right? A software installed in my machine. So this is a Windows based only. Okay, if you use YouTube videos, no software required in your machine. That is web based.
Okay.
Okay, web based means no need to have any software in your machine. Straight away you can connect to your server and you can work there. Windows based means you need to install some software in your machine and you need to work with the software whatever you installed in your machine. That is Windows based. Okay, web-based applications, Cognos connections. This is an entry point kind of thing for all your web-based applications. If you want to access any of these applications, first of all, you need to connect to this Cognos connections portal, and from there onwards, you can find links for these reporting applications. All these are reporting applications only. Query Studio, Repo Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, all these are reporting applications only. Then you may ask why these many tools for reporting. Among these, this Repo Studio, this is only the professional report authoring tool. Most of the cases, I can say 99 Query and Analysis Studios. Actually, Query Studio and Analysis Studio, these two are not meant for the developers. These two are for end users to create reports. End users to create their own ad hoc reports. Then you may ask, already we are there as developers, then what is the need for end users to create their own reports by using Query Studio or Analysis Studio? Okay, to complete a report, a small report, at least it will take 2 to 3 days to complete that. It doesn't mean that the report development is complex. Report development is easy, but we need to follow the process. Not only in Cognos, in any IT development it may be, we need to follow the process. First of all, usually they need to raise a request to create a new report. First of all, we need to understand what exactly they want to see there. If we have any doubts, we need to schedule a meeting with him and we need to talk with them, we need to discuss with them. Finally, we need to get a conclusion that what user he wants to see there in the report. And then prepare report design document, submit them for review. If any review comments, you need to update our document. Finally, we need to get sign off for the design document. And then start working with the tool, create the report in Repo Studio, and then before saying that you are done with the report, you need to test your report to conclude that your report is showing accurate data. Then only you can say my report development is done, and then move the report to QA people. They'll play with that. Okay, if any bugs are there, you need to fix them. If everything is okay, then only the end users they are able to see the report. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Srikanth? Okay, to complete the total process, it will take at least a minimum of 2 to 3 days. Not only Cognos, everywhere the thing is the same. I know the reports where I worked for months, 2 months, 3 months like that. Because initially they ask like this, and then they ask no, a small change needed. Then again change, like that. I know the reports, which takes more than 2-3 months. I worked on that type of reports. Okay, so as a developer, if you want to work, you need to do all the process. But for the end user, the requirement is not that much great. By simply dragging and dropping, they want to see the report output. For that, they can use Query Studio and Analysis Studio. To create their own ad hoc reports, they can use these two studios. Okay?
Yeah.
We are not going to work with these. Okay. Now, this event studio, this is a event monitoring kind of thing. Say, for example, each month end, if any of my sales representatives, if they cross 10 lakhs revenue, that is target for them. I want to send an appreciation mail automatically. I can do the type of event monitoring by using this event studio. Okay, well, basically, all these are reporting applications only. And as I told, all these tools can produce queries automatically. No need to write any select star from the table, not required. These tools can produce queries automatically. But the thing is, without knowing anything about our database, how these tools produce queries? No way. Say for example, you already know Oracle sample tables, employee and department. Forget that. You don't know those tables. Now, if I ask you to write a join between them, even though you are very good at query writing, is it possible with you? Anusha, Srikanth?
No, without knowing the tables, I can't connect. I can't do that.
The same thing for these tools also. These tools are capable enough to produce the queries, but without knowing the metadata, without knowing the tables and the structure, how to write the SQL? Not possible with these tools. For that, here we have a Windows-based application framework manager. Here we need to import the metadata from the database, and we need to specify the join conditions. How each tables are related with other. And here we need to do many things like, is there any predefined calculations, predefined filters, and what is the security mechanisms we need to follow, like that. We need to do modeling here basically. Okay, once the modeling done, we need to publish the package, something package, and you need to use the package as source for these reporting applications. Now, in form of the package, these tools knows about the database. From there onwards, these tools can write queries automatically. Clear?
Okay.
Let me give some. Let me give some more of example. Assume you as these reporting applications and me as this framework manager. In the framework manager, what I'm doing is I am writing about everything about the employee table and department table on a paper. Like employee number, it is having columns like employee number, blah blah blah. Department number, it is having columns like department number, location. If you want to join these two tables, use the department number. This is the common column between them. Like that, I am writing everything on a paper. Assume the paper is a package. Okay. If I give you the package, if I give you the paper, if you look into the package, now you'll know what is the employee table and what is department table.
Yes.
Because I already specified, I already written on the paper. So from there onwards, you can prepare your queries on your own, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here, while explaining about the employee table and department table, I explained in a wrong manner about the table. Just based on my explanation only, you are preparing the queries here. So, obviously, you prepare wrong query and we're gonna get wrong result, right?
Yes.
Well, because I explained you about the employee table in a wrong manner. Based on my explanation only, you prepared the query. We got wrong result. Now, in this scenario, the problem is there with you or with me?
With you.
Yes, with the framework manager only. So, we need to take much care while doing the models in the framework manager. Otherwise, it will impact all your reports. So, I can say this framework manager, this is a hard kind of thing for total Cognos. Okay.
Okay.
Now, clear what is a framework manager and what is these reporting applications?
Yeah, we are going to get the tables from the tables or data, everything from framework manager, right?
From database, we are going to import the metadata only, not the data in total Cognos.
Okay.
Metadata and create joins and everything and publish package. By using the publisher package, work with Repo Studio.
Okay.
Okay, and this is a transformer. I'll talk about this a little bit later. Okay, now initially what we do in our projects is we start the project with the framework manager. Here we need to work with work with the modeling part like applying joins, filters, calculations, many things that I will discuss in the tool, and then publish package, and we start work with reporting applications. This is the project workflow. Okay, so learning wise, two things. We can learn from framework manager or we can start from reporting. Anyways is okay with us. There is no dependencies. A few dependencies will be there. I'll clear all those prior to commencement of our class. Okay, and for now assume we start with framework manager and then reporting. Once the report studio done, then we'll move on to this Cognos connections. This is administrative part will be there in the Cognos connection. Of course, the normal topics anyhow we will discuss, but the admin wise, my class, this is not for the dedicated administrator. We are going to cover the topics which are useful for a developer. Of course, we are going to cover more topics than the required topics for a developer, but this is not meant for the dedicated administrator. Okay, and then we look into this Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, and from Cognos 10 they released some new UIs also, like Business Insight Advanced. We are going to cover those two studios also. Okay, and then this transformer. This is a cube creation kind of tool, cube creation tool. Okay, the license is different from IBM and the course is also different, but I give you overview on this transformer in these sessions itself.
Okay.
This is our agenda. Any questions here?
As a developer, we are going to use this only Report Studio and Framework Manager. Is
Yeah,
it?
most of the cases.
Okay.